Oh, we might as well start with a list of questions, isn't it?
Jack, I think you're hosting, so...
Yes, I am hosting.
So you do a little intro.
Run away.
This is the first Shapin Grime podcast, and I'm here with my good friends at ZENG. Introduce yourself, guys.
Yes.
I will go first. My name is Sahib. I am a DJ. I'm a co-founder of ZENG. I'm a bit of everything, I'm not going to lie. I love music. And yeah, I'm just gassed to run a music brand with my good friends.
Yeah, man.
Way.
Come on. Big up,
Big up,
Sahib.
big up
Eddie.
myself, right? Love for that.
Let's stop moving the table away from my mic. Hi guys, my name's Casper and I'm the uncle of ZENG. Uncle of ZENG. No, I'm Casper, 32, life and hospitality and events, and I'm here to take 20% of everything they earn. No, yeah, just working, socials, ops, everything. Yeah, birth this in Pirate Studios, doing the madness. What rhymes with Leng and Quang and everything else? Yeah, ZENG, baby.
Hey, like that.
Come on.
My name's Chandra, 30 years old, co-founder of ZENG. Just recently left my full-time job, so channeling a lot of energy into ZENG now with the rest of the team. And yeah, man, a DJ, specialised in like deep house, house tech, also like UK funky, a lot of Afrocentric music. And yeah, man, we're just here to push the brand now, innit? Off the back of our recent event. So yeah, we're on a high right now. Hence why we're here on this podcast.
Nice segue. I like that.
Yeah.
So what I was going to say, Channel ZENG. To me, I remember, I don't know how much you remember of this, but we were in McDonald's and I summarised it as different gravy.
Straight to the afters at Mackey's.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah. Different gravy. Because that event, and as someone who, obviously my focus is grime, right? But I'm also just like you guys, innit? Just love music, no matter what it is, where it is. Bruv, the fucking Apple Music, Spotify, Raps and all that shit that's come out, bruv. I got everything in there, innit?
Preach.
What would you say as your general summary of your event that you just had? Like, how would you, if you had to try and break it down simply, which you can't, which is why we're here, because we can talk about it for ages. But how would you summarize Channel ZENG for the people that sadly missed out on it?
I don't know. It's a big.
That grin on his face. Look at that.
Yeah,
That's a big Channel ZENG.
It's a big question, and I feel like all of us could probably answer this pretty well. But like at the core of ZENG, we are, we have underground roots. We have a global reach, and we celebrate a multitude of genres that we primarily, kind of have an affinity towards. I would say that, probably started from when we were younger in the kind of UK funky, garage two-step grime days. And then as we grew older, we developed our musical taste to like Afrocentric sounds and like Afro house and soulful and Amapiano, which is a big, big part of our sound. So I'd say it's a Channel ZENG was a celebration of all relevant music genres, especially in London.
Yeah.
And the global club scene.
And it was a collaboration with obviously Orange Rooms.
Yeah.
So the Channel ZENG came from Channel Orange, which was Orange Room's original event, and obviously it was a collab with us ZENG. So it was a fuse of what they normally do, which is like R&B, hip hop, and they got a bit of a younger audience, and obviously what we do, which Karen just discussed, and it works really well. Like the collaboration works really well, and even the crowd. Like,
bro, the crowd.
Two sets of crowd, innit? Mixing, and it just worked, man. The people we brought and the people Orange Room brought, it just worked, man. Everyone got on. It was good vibes. There was you had people from like 20 years old to like 35.
Plus, there were 50-year-olds in the crowd.
Yeah,
which is
Crazy.
amazing.
Everyone turned up. It was
it's not. It's
beautiful to look out to the crowd.
It's just a celebration of music. I feel
everyone's welcome.
So I feel like you guys doing it. You are like a celebration of.
Yeah.
I think that's how we very much sort of went into designing the lineup as well. We didn't want to. We're just out to hit Channel Orange and the young crowd. We're not out to just hit ours as well. We're there. We're seeing what's popping newer TikTok generation, and then also respecting the elders and everyone that's came through before. Legacy of music we grew up on is your Crazy Cousins, is Jules, who he's produced for hundreds of crazy level artists.
Mr. Easy, Skin Tight, you know, like them kind of tunes I was listening
Exactly.
to, like first year freshers and kind of like
Old
the
school.
Afro beats back in college and
Yeah, exactly. Like 2016, 2020 era.
2013, 2014 times.
Yeah. And it was different.
People are stepping into this event, with open ears, and like we brought so many different genres to the table from so many different eras, and like we're basically like schooling a lot of people that don't really know about certain music. So we covered such a spectrum of music and sounds, innit?
I wanted to say like a big point, and me, like I think Casper and I had like touched on this probably on a phone call a couple of days ago. Obviously, Channel ZENG was like a celebration of all music. Obviously, drawing together the more kind of like hip hop, soulful R&B, the kind of soul lection. If I were to give soul lection a shout out, it'd probably be now to like give their kind of style of music, which is like more heavy on the edits and the alternative club scene, a shout out. And that was more kind of like Channel Orange vibes with a Frank Ocean kind of influence, but then also ZENG, and then doing what we do. But I'd say Channel ZENG was probably the best way I'd put it was bringing the very best of each respective genre together. So there are obviously some platforms that already do that, but you know, we've done that with Relevance. Yeah.
There's a lot we'll get into in a minute as well, but the whole logistics of the night kind of changed on the night as well and on the fly. How we had Orange Room's room and ZENG's room as well. That wasn't exactly how it's supposed to go, and we've actually, you know, adapted and molded it so we can, and we'll very much get into that. But like Karen was just saying, and how we introed ourselves, ZENG just champions music purely and its most genuine form.
Yeah.
So with that, there's no bullshit. There's nothing we're trying to, you know, beg up to people. We know we've got a great taste in music, the whole team and everyone else around us. And that's what we're going to push at the end of the day. We're going to push the best version of ourselves and music through the sets we play and who we put on a lineup.
Yeah.
Out so people feel that energy. We're not putting on sets so because we've seen hundreds of thousands of likes on TikTok. We're putting out a set, putting together a night because we know and we have faith in what it will deliver.
Yeah.
Is it one of the things where like you would go as a fan to your night if it wasn't you putting it on?
Do you know what the thing is?
There we go.
We never get to experience that, and it's
Yeah.
such a shame.
Yeah.
Like
Such a
honestly,
shame, yeah.
I wanted to experience Channel ZENG as just a punt
punter.
at that
Yeah.
bought ticket.
Yeah.
But we will never get to experience that. So that's why it's so good to hear from the people. Because
Yeah.
we know
Yeah.
what we've put on
I
is
think
to
every-
the best
yeah.
of our ability and what we're truly passionate about. Right? And we know it was a good night. Like, we fully enjoyed it.
It's mad. You know, shout outs to European 305, the Mandem. Like, I still say it. If not, they are one of my favorite, if not the favorite, kind of my favorite piano producers of recent times. And obviously, we've been talking to Euro for a hot minute. Just even from the very inception of our DJ career, just if it meant kind of buying their music on Bandcamp or going to see them at Hackney Social and Retete, and it got to a point where it was like I wanted to go and see. Exactly. Chandra just pulled up his
Show one of them cameras.
Euro a second.
Nines is always on top. I'm not gonna
Nines,
lie.
hold tight,
Nines
nines.
is my favourite.
Even
European.
I had Euro at number 3, and I don't even use Spotify.
I don't use it
I use Bandcamp and YouTube Music.
Yeah. Literally.
So like being able to get European 305 on our lineup as like obviously, we've got a lot of love for Euro, but like as a fellow artist, that was beautiful because we were like, these are people that we really genuinely fuck with, like, but the kind of flip side was it was unfortunate because we didn't, obviously event management. We like there's 3 of us like that purely run ZENG, kind of like the management of ZENG and the event, and you got to pop out the room sometimes to like show for certain artists to the green room or like make sure everything's sorted, but we would definitely. I think we created this event with the idea of what do people that have similar music taste to us want to go and see, and I feel like if you saw Jules and Crazy Cousins, European 305, Clara Rosa,
Oh my days. It's
all of
just a
these
joke.
people
All
on the
that-
lineup.
Is mad right
It's
now.
actually a joke.
Sahib,
Like,
Chandra, Q, all the man them,
yeah.
everyone, I would be like, I'd give you all my money.
Yeah. And to answer your question, Jack, as well, the whole inception of ZENG was birthed off. God damn it! I forgot what your
He's
bloody
going to ask that
question was.
question.
No.
I was gonna answer that later
No.
down the line.
What was your original question? Just
Original
now?
question was just summary of the event, which I think we've done.
No. It was Feel free to carry on.
Oh, you lost it,
literally
mate.
It's fine, it's
brain
fine.
fired
I
live.
had a
Is it
question
Zen
planned
Gang?
that
Yeah.
led on to what you're talking about planning the event, which is a good thing that I was thinking about. So like, obviously I was there like an hour before you guys started, and I saw the fucking stress that was
Yeah,
going
shout out Jack, man.
into it. But
You were there from the start.
yeah,
He was
man.
there from like 5:30. Like,
Yeah.
he caught us all at the bad moment. Like, we're just
Yeah.
stressing.
Running around
Bruv,
like
it is what
madmen,
it is,
headless
man.
chickens and that.
But he was also helped a lot. So shout out Jack for that.
Yeah, big up
Big
every
up
time.
yourself,
Shapin
man.
Grime,
Yeah,
Jack
man.
Squared.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like what I was thinking was, what did it take, like behind the scenes, to put the event on, and
My
also
lord.
what were your perceptions like when you're putting this event on? What are you thinking might happen compared to what happened?
I remember what I was saying. It doesn't relate to this question. The inception of ZENG was very much birthed on we were tired of going on nights out that never delivered the hype and even the lineup that was given. We were going on these nights out for 4 or 5 years. So I think very much Channel ZENG was an answer to a lot of...
I was lost in the industry, innit?
Yeah, lost in the industry, sold out.
Yeah.
I don't know, don't want to call anyone out, but it was where nights have lacked and
And
where
character as well. There's a lot of nights that lack
exactly no
character.
energy, no character as
Yeah,
well.
man.
So to plan Channel ZENG was us championing and putting that to the forefront and being like, right, we want to put on a night that we want to go out on, and that was very much at the core of the planning.
I would say that, like, this probably sounds a bit poetic, but I'd say the way in which we like to host events or host a party or however you want to call it is like a conversation. We want to host a conversation between us and the people, and it's a constant conversation when you're DJing with people or you're hosting on the mic and you're creating an energy and an atmosphere in the room. You basically create a whole aura and theme for the night, and that's what we wanted to do with Channel ZENG, was actually curate a special experience for people, which was the manifestation of our love for music, community and culture. And part of that was also shout out the Orange Room on obviously the collab, and part of that was working with vendors to like bring in the community and the culture side of like local business,
Great
like
point.
local
That was a cool idea.
hand-selected independents, people like Huck That, Stone London, Take Time Olive or Twin City Global, Chris Customs, all of them, and that was like, we really like tried to manifest or exemplify music, community and culture into everything that we do, because those are the three
Pillars
pillars.
as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, the guy with the shoes, those shoes.
cold,
Chris Customs. Oh,
yeah.
that's my guy,
Customs,
man.
yeah.
Black Air
Smashed
Forces
it.
in Stratford.
crazy.
Our logo on.
It's only right.
One of them's in
Crazy.
Orange Room right now. One of them's at my yard, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to frame them.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, just touching on your other question, Jack. The prep for this event,
Yeah.
magnanimous. It was very challenging at times.
that a word?
It's a big word.
Is that the word?
Yeah.
Are we checking your word?
No, check it.
Sack check.
I don't know if magnanimous, unanimous. Yeah, sick.
No, it was big.
Is that what it means?
Yeah.
Wicked.
Man's trying to check my. Yeah, I'm mad, man. Yeah, man. It was a lot involved. We had been planning it for about over 2 months, maybe 2.5, 3 months. Kind of, it was in the works, and it's not an easy feat, is it? It's like a collab with 5, 6 vendors
Starts
and a lineup of 10 people.
It starts at Santra
Yeah.
1, back in May, our launch party, really. And that's where we found the Orange Room. Luckily, Vish worked opposite. Karen had stumbled by on, I think, maybe an open decks night. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Vish.
strolled in. Basically.
And then, Vish had strolled in and be like, guys, this is a really cool place. And I've been talking to the owners, and Yeah, feel free to.
Yeah. No,
talk about
basically, my 9 to 5 was right outside the Orange Room, funnily enough. And I must have strolled across it, and then they were doing an open deck, so I jumped on the open decks there. And I was like, this is just a sick venue. Like, it's so intimate. It's like small and intimate, and then you've obviously got the 2 rooms. The guys who run it, Zach and Haroon, absolute legends. We just got on with them, and then, yeah, man, it was at that stage that we were discussing, you know, where we wanted to take ZENG. And, yeah, basically had a conversation with Zach and Haroon about doing an event there. And yeah, things just snowballed from there. Like, we all met up, discussed logistics, and then from there it was basically Santra 1.0, innit?
Planned it within 5 weeks, I think.
Yeah, literally got the ball rolling with that.
Yeah, became Canva experts within a week, and you know,
basically that was the
rest is
start.
history.
That was the start of our journey in events management and throwing events, and the birth of ZENG, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
and then
even want to talk about like that lineup on that night, like just quickly, like, you know, compared to Channel ZENG.
Yeah,
Look,
I mean,
that's 6 months ago.
yeah.
I don't remember the line.
Was it more than 6? It must have been about 6 months ago.
Oh, it was
Yeah. Beginning of May.
Nice. Yeah,
Beginning
beginning of May. Wow.
Tsunami and
Tsunami, Wingy Wingson.
That's it, yeah.
So, like myself,
And then Zeng Sounds.
Zeng Sounds.
Sounds, myself, Andrew Sahib.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to be honest with you, like, we were starting out, and we from the get-go were like, yo, we really want a platform, like, DJs that, like, one, are upcoming in the scene, that, you know, are similar to us, and actually cold selectors, not done on clout, not done on what garms they wear, not done on none of that. Just like, how cold are they and what is their vibe? So, like, shout out Tsunami, Wingy for that. And then obviously, kind of fast forwarding 6 to 7, 8 months, however long it is, it's just grown to be like, obviously our music network has grown quite vastly, and as a result, you know, it's crazy like how much can kind of grow and happen in a year or 6 months, because we actually started ZENG in Jan.
I remember you were messaging my Shapin Grime account, and we were like, "Oh, let's work together." And I don't even think we had ZENG then.
No,
It was in Jan. We had our first sit down.
I think that was before you made ZENG. We were planning working together.
it was bubbling for a little bit, and then we were like, me and
2-3
Cass,
months.
basically me and Cass were trying to hash it out, and then we were trying to figure like kind of where do we want to go with this, and then we just realized that, like, you know, Chandra was just there, like, meant to be for this. Like, it was, so we're all co-founders. But then, like, me and Cass, obviously we were going to events consecutively, and we were like, we want to create a platform for music community and culture, but not just any platform, not just like a promoter platform, none of that. We want it to be like an expression of our love and passion for the scene. And then that's when us three all sat down and we just, like, put our heads together, and I still remember it was in Hackney Wick?
Hackney. I got the time. We got the timestamp the other week.
We actually took a
there's some
GoPro
footage
video
somewhere.
Yeah,
Oh, mate, somewhere. It's somewhere. It's on one.
It's on your GoPro, because you were the only one that had a GoPro back then.
It's probably on my laptop somewhere. Yeah. It is definitely on my
We
laptop.
buried that footage for a long time, bro.
Yeah.
That comes up in a year or something. But
Yeah, man.
That was.
Yeah, we'll do an anniversary post on YouTube.
Yeah. But that was it. We all sat down together in a pub, and we were basically like just brainstormed everything, and thought, right, this actually got legs. Like, let's do this. And we just knew it was going to be monumental, so we just had a GoPro set up on a tripod whilst we were discussing. And like, it's a year later now. What is it? 9-10 months later, and that footage is going to be gold, because it was like the initial first conversations we had.
Yeah.
Didn't have the expectations we were going to be where we were on Saturday though, back in January.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's what I mean.
that
Even
is a massive first year.
Yeah, you guys have fucking killed it. Like,
But for no experience in event music and events industry.
Throwing house parties and stuff.
Exactly, we're just throwing house parties.
I've been
We're really
throwing
good at house parties.
since day, bro.
Completely
Spotify
different,
selector sitting opposite me, you know, does bits.
Any wedding or birthday, just trust me. Like, if you need me to just turn up a party bus or something,
That's true.
then just
You know what's mad? Yeah, me and Q used to live together in Stratford, like during lockdown and a little bit after lockdown. We used to throw house parties there, bro. We literally used to clear out the sofa, the beds in the bedroom, clear everything out, turn it into 2 rooms, and throw like parties there.
Man had a 2-room setup in house party.
Yeah,
That's mad.
trust me, it was mad.
Yeah. But what you say about expectations, so even whilst planning the event, like what was different compared to pre-event and what you saw at the event? Was you expecting that level? Was you looking at the lineup thinking, yeah, this lineup is everything is gonna be the sickest night?
Yeah. Very much so.
But was there also a thing of like, I didn't expect it to be that?
I think there was always going to be that element of like it was just going to be something beyond what you even thought, because we knew what we had put together was just insane, and we knew it was going to be like the whole night was just going to be crazy. But obviously, it's one thing getting it on paper and another experiencing it.
Yeah.
And I think when we all got together after Crazy Cousins played, because that was the final hour where we thought we can actually just like not be so locked into everything going on. We can just enjoy the night. That was the moment where we all looked at each other like, this is just insane. Like, we just really enjoyed that moment.
Yeah. I feel like in regard to your question, what were the expectations? I felt like of recent, and ever since we've started, we've always kept the standard high. Even when it comes to our own mixing, if it comes to our own output, visuals, marketing, but again, we're very authentic, but we just always want to make sure that like the levels are high, because that is what we represent. And that's something that we champion as well. So like, we want to be the best. We want to support people who want to be the best. You know, that's what we want to do. But I felt like the stakes were much higher in terms of kind of how the event should have gone and would have went. Obviously, you're dealing with much bigger artists in comparison to like other events that we've done in terms of respectfully, you know, we haven't dealt with someone as big as maybe Jules, for example, or, you know, obviously Crazy Cousins. We used to play Crazy Cousins. We play Crazy Cousins music in raves and dances, but, you know, just dealing with a whole kind of different group of artists that we've never worked with before, and obviously they're quite prominent. It was like, cool, we can kind of had to grow with that as well. So, you know, it's a constant journey of just constantly developing your kind of event management, artist liaison skills, and so. But we're all artists as well in this, so it's like we never really deep it like that. We're just sometimes, you know, we're DJs, we're producers. Like, this is what we do. You know, I can't call myself a producer just yet, but you know, we're getting there.
We're getting there.
Yeah. So yeah.
What, in terms of the show, what if you could even pick stand-up moments, like what do you think is like? Because you know what I thought was so cool. Like, I was downstairs and like knackered at this point. But you know when Jules played TV off.
Oh yeah, man.
Bastard!
That is a monumental moment of the
that
night.
was so sick.
We just posted it on our feed.
Kendrick turned up for a PA for 5 minutes.
Big up Wingy on the mic.
Big up Wingy for doing everything he done throughout that show. But that moment, he just got everyone's hands in the air and turned that room into fucking Compton. I was like, what is going on?
It's mad.
I was downstairs checking in an artist in the cloak or in the green room, and I hear what is about to come on, and I run up the stairs and I can see people like looking at the ceiling from the green room. It's shaking like crazy because of what's about to drop, and they're like,
the green room's like directly under.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, mad. Yeah, I feel like it was that mustard moment. There were a couple mustard moments because it got about 2-3 wheel ups.
Yeah.
So like that was a moment in itself, and the videos are obviously like the first part of the after movies on our Instagram. We put up a little a massive thank you post to everyone who came out, and if you haven't seen it, thank you to everyone who came, bar staff, you know, events management people, everyone, just everyone, all the artists. But the other moment for
all the Uber drivers for after, big up.
Yeah, big up, yeah, man. Lining the pockets nicely.
Night Tube staff as well, taking all our guests home.
And all the boss mans, the kebab shops.
Yeah, big up.
Yeah.
No
Oh, yeah,
kebabs,
Mackie,
not
24 hour
all,
Mackie's.
all the cheesy chips man, them.
Big up Mackie's Boro for hosting us and our after party.
Hilarious. Good chat, guys. Good chat.
Good chat.
Now, the other moment for me, I'm a massive UK funky fan and have been listening to Crazy Cousins since I've been about 11 years old. I'm 28 now. And just being able to, one, work with Crazy, big up Crazy, but also have that moment where he played Do You Mind?
And go.
Ango was just like monumental, and the energy that filled the room that he created was like all the man them were just like done by this point. We're like 2 o'clock, we just want to have a couple drinks and settle into the night. And when that tune came on, we were just all surrounded by our loved ones, our friends,
Yeah, man.
all our people them, and that tune just took the whole room off onto a massive interstellar journey. It was crazy.
There's a great clip, isn't there, from afar, from one of the corners,
Yeah.
like the back left. You can see, like you just said, every close one, day one, loved one, there with us, and the energy. And there's another one with Zach and Haroon doing the dirtiest skanks and showing so much love, and like it's great to see like us all, we all organically came together for that moment as well.
I
We
was just
didn't
about to
signal
say.
each other, we didn't text each other or radio.
It just happened.
But
didn't it?
we are all there somehow at the same time in all this chaos when the room was probably at the peak of party it was.
And also shout out to all the new people, all the new ZENG family that were, you know, that showed us so much love. It was crazy. Like the most amazing thing about that event was like I probably knew about 20% of people in that room.
Yeah.
The rest of the 80 people, I did not know who they were, and that is probably the most humbling thing ever, to be like, you know, people we don't know support our brand, support our platform, and they want to come to see
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
a ZENG dance or a ZENG event. It's mad.
Sign you on the right path, isn't it?
Because our initial Santra was a lot of family and friends, and then there were a few people that we didn't really know. But this event was, like you said, 80% of people. Like, I was just looking around like, this is mad. We must have marketed it well. I'm telling you.
No, Market was on it, bruv. It was on my
That whole
page every
campaign,
5
innit?
minutes.
Big up word of mouth press.
Oh yeah, big up word of mouth, man, because they smashed it, man.
Robbo,
Robbo, big
Rems,
up Robbo, man.
Jack, them men done the business.
All of them.
Yeah. But yeah, man, that Crazy Cousins moment for me was the one where we all got together, and you can see it in all the videos. You can see all of us just like having a great time.
And Jules playing Gallus by
Yeah,
Mr. Vegas.
yeah.
Is it Mr. Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally, that was just mad. That was the most beautiful thing about the event. It wasn't. You could probably label it as a ZENG room or like a Channel Orange room. To be fair, it kind of merged together as a celebration both of our sounds. So, you know, and the orange room at the front is so vibey. Like, I think even when we were doing the sound checks, I was like, "Raw, what kind of speakers do you man have in here?" Like, I was like, "Oh yeah, okay." I mean, obviously that whole time Martin Audio, but you know we whole time Martin Audio, good old Martin.
Martin speakers.
But that's
Yeah,
why
a lot of dancers in
we were
that
drawn
room.
to. That's why we were drawn to the front room from the first Santra, wasn't it? 'Cause
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
Our the
So
first Santra
intimate.
we did was just in the front room, and that
It's
space
that
is just
Moroccan lounge, a cool hanging lamp,
Esque.
you know, art on the wall,
the low light,
colours and low lighting.
The lanterns.
bang,
Yeah.
bang.
Yeah, Zach and Haroon have really done a great
Very
job
well
with that
designed.
venue.
It's rare to have a room like that with that, like the sound quality. being
Yeah.
that good.
It's amazing.
Like
Yeah.
there's so many places that you go where it's like a smaller club. It's like they're trying to sort of blend like a club night and a sort of like a cafe relaxed night, whatever, and the sound quality is just not there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they've got it like.
Yeah, we
Right.
spent quite a few hours on the sound engineering side, and we like there were, you know, we did a couple of hours,
a
still
week
not
on it
happy,
pretty
still not
much,
happy, and then we
Duct
had
tape and
to,
wires to the floor.
that was hold that Jack, getting
hold
the
that
gaffer
Jack for
tape.
helping us.
Yeah,
Gaffer tape.
I told you, Jack's a real one, man. Jack was gaffer taping the speaker wires
Duct
to the
taping,
floor and duct taping. Yeah,
Other
like
brands
that.
are available.
yeah. Pardon?
Other brands are available.
Yeah. Literally, man.
Nah,
Yeah.
where even if you can think of it right now, where do you build now from this? Do you think this is like a okay?
Mad.
We're now here.
You're talking about 2025 now.
For 2025, I'm thinking of
2025 is busy already.
Yeah, but like, do you look at what happened on?
Don't
Saturday?
holler us. We're busy.
Do you look
Yesterday's
at that?
price is not today's price. No, it's the same price for you, Jack. Don't worry. We love you.
I'm sitting there for my budget's fucking crying.
I'm joking, man.
Yeah.
Bank balance is dead. Nah, but like seriously, like when you look at Saturday, do you look at that as like that is now where we are? That's a level that we can execute.
Yeah.
And then
That is
where,
the foundation.
yeah, and then where do you build from that? And what do you think your next year looks like in terms of events like that? In terms of who you can work with, like what are you most excited for based off the back of Channel ZENG?
I'd say like not to be like a give off a wanky promoter vibe or anything, but like or like a, you know, when DJs post like big things to come, bro, you know. But on a real genuine one, if I can be as transparent as I can be, I'd say big things are to come in 2025 and beyond. There are, you know, quite a few artists, other brands, venues, very reputable kind of brands and venues that have obviously reached out to us and want to work with us. And we're just going through the whole process of, you know, due diligence and kind of strategizing what we want to give back to people. What do people want to experience? What kind of music do they want to listen to? And what kind of collabs do they want to see? And that's across the spectrum. That's not just events. That's radio as well. You know, that's like pop-ups. That's like, you know, clothing. So it's like, obviously, you know, we, you know, we're a music, culture and community brand. We don't just throw events, but that's a big part of what we do. But there's a lot that we're focusing on, and it's taking up a lot of time. As Vish said, as Chandra said, he's like gave up his job, and he's spending a lot of time on kind of giving it all to ZENG, and myself, obviously, more or less in full-time employment. Casper, full-time employment. But this is a full-time job. So there's a lot of things. I don't know what the guys want to say, but there's a lot of people and things we want to do. Not people we want to do. Pause. People we want to work with and things we want to do.
Pause transmission.
Yeah. Right,
There's a
turning
lot-
into RTM podcast now, yeah?
Oh, fuck's sake.
Fire for that.
I think when you look at this year and how quickly, not even we've grown, that's not even like a brag, it's just how quickly we've moved through things from event to event, radio to radio. And if you translate that exponential growth to next year, then you think, wow, where do we look like we're going next November? It's kind of mad. So for next year, I think it's keeping that hunger exactly the same, and, you know, drive for everything. And like we said, with Channel ZENG, we set the bar, and that is the bar now. There won't be any compromises after. So it's going to be a lot of smoothing out process as well. We've done, you know, this is the first time a lot of us have all done this, and there's been a lot of, probably shouldn't have done that. Probably shouldn't have thrown money at that. Probably, shouldn't have extended my... Big Daddy Mark, come on.
Channel ZENG.
Hey, Big Daddy Mark, are you mad?
We outside.
With all your
Crazy
friends.
colors on the gallery.
That was actually jokes.
You haven't seen that? Check out the ZENG page.
That was worth it.
That was money well spent.
Yeah.
That was one of our-
The maddest cameos.
Yeah.
fam.
One of our better
People would have
financial
actually advised us to do that more, so that's where our money will be going, guys.
Yeah.
On Cameo.
Mad cameo.
You need to get a Big John on the cameo.
That's already in the works, mate.
It's literally the
ZENG
first,
bash.
the first note on the marketing campaign for 2025 is Big John.
Yeah. He's from, like, he's local anyway, so.
Romford, isn't it?
Yeah, he's local. so.
He's a nice guy, mate.
Down the
Proper
Blue Orchids.
geezer.
Down
Big
the
up
Blue
Big
Orchid.
John, man. Always in Abigail's Cafe in Upminster, man. I see you, bro.
Swear
Big
down,
up.
he's local to you like that.
Yeah. Big up Johnny Fisher as well.
Bash.
Bash.
Big bash.
Man's fighting in Saudi, innit?
Yeah, man.
Undercard.
Yeah, he's cold, man. He's one to watch.
He's moving quickly.
Johnny
as well.
Fisher is one to watch, man. Used to go to the same gym as him in Brentwood sides.
Vish, what would you say? 2025 and sort of after.
I feel like
After this.
I feel like everything's just kind of happened quite organically, like off the back of Channel ZENG. Yeah, we've already had, like, not to say too much, but we've had discussions with, you know, venues, and we've also forecasted stuff for next year that's not necessarily in the UK as well. We obviously don't want to say too much on that, but yeah, there's a lot that we've been working on.
Not necessarily in the UK.
Not giving
There's
away
a
too
Northern
much.
Ireland thing going on.
But yeah, no, there's a lot that
Brexit
we've been working on outside of just music events. So yeah, I think next year is going to be the year for, you know, everyone to kind of see exactly what ZENG is about. Because right now we've been hosting a lot of parties, we've been putting on a lot of good events, we've been doing some cultural music, community culture stuff. But now there's going to be a big push in everything that we want to do, and it's going to come together as a whole, like, outfit. And yeah, man, like, I just know next year is going to be busy for all of us. Last year was busy, but this year, 2025 is going to be real busy for us. And this is the year that we just lock in now and basically bring it all to life, innit? Because yeah, man, like, some of the stuff we got planned is so exciting, and there's one thing, like, you know, talking about it, but the execution of it next year is just gonna be like, it's just gonna be different, man.
I'd say, you know what, like, Jack, another off point, but like, there's three of us, and like, we talk to each other daily, but we never really get to deep or like progress or like what we've been doing throughout the whole year and all the big achievements, whether they be individually as DJs and artists or like collectively as a brand. Like, when we've had so many moments this year to like celebrate, even for myself, working with some of my music idols or people that I've grown up listening to and so forth. And I feel like is 2025 is going to be more of that. But like, just even to this, I think this conversation is probably the first time we've actually been able to like express actually how we feel about all of this, because we don't even have time sometimes to have these conversations, which is like, and this is probably one thing, you know, with, you know, hopefully looking at expanding the team without saying too much, but like, hopefully, you know, in due course and the right people, but you know, drawing on some sort of kind of the skills and expertise and talent out there, because I know there's so many people who are passionate about ZENG, but also about music, community and culture, and I feel like that will give us the ability to have these conversations more.
Yeah.
One of my questions actually was talking about like your story as ZENG. One of them was building on your earlier point of separating, like, not so much separating, but like being able to also have your relationship with the business side and the event side, and then your personal friendships. And like how
G-check, I'm gonna G-check you now.
nah, but like
Daily G-checks.
like, but you're saying that it's sometimes difficult to really like actually sit there and think it. Like, oh my god,
It's mad concentrated time, like mad. When I realised, like, probably a year ago, I would not spend longer than 15 minutes on a phone call with Karen, because I noted, to now where it's like an hour daily.
Yeah.
Like,
It's mad.
Because I want to. It's also because of the person I am. I've changed throughout a year. But yeah.
saying bettering you as humans. That's actually a new slogan.
we don't get to go out anymore together, really. Like, because whenever we're out, we're working.
Yeah.
Even if we're at events, we're networking. Before, we used to be going to events together just as punters. Do you know what I mean? Just
Getting yacked at events.
Yacked, enjoy the vibes. We can't do that now.
Maggie on
But
can't
is
do
that
that.
is that something you miss?
Yes,
100%.
100 million
Honestly,
1,000%.
it's nuts. But
That's
We
where,
miss our own events.
Yeah.
Like, we miss
we
miss Central
it
One.
is. We book our favorite artists and don't even get to pre them at our own events. Imagine that. It's like,
it's mad.
Sorry,
it's,
Euro.
it's such a good problem.
Sorry, Clara.
Yeah, it is. It's a blessing in disguise, because obviously, like, we're in the industry we want to be in now, but at the same time, we very rarely like we have to force each other to go for like Sunday roast together.
Yeah.
Just to like, and we say right, no action points.
Right, it's not too forced. We're very happy to eat a Sunday roast together. Pass.
Nah, but you know what I mean, innit? Like we have to go, we have to have these, we have to, because otherwise everything just becomes work. Because there's always an opportunity to talk about work.
Yeah.
Like,
great point.
you know what I mean? There's always an opportunity, so we have to actively make time to be like, right, cool, we're designating a Sunday roast together to not talk about work. And if we do, it's just like the positives and like just like
More
express-
gassy chat.
Yeah,
More
exactly.
gassy chat, innit?
chat. Not like, oh, we need to do this, we need to do that. It's more just like celebrating where we've got to.
More just your initial perspective of what you saw ZENG and how ZENG started, and like again, it's kind of a similar question to what you're looking for in 2025. But like, what do you think is the one thing that ZENG will always be, no matter where it is, no matter what you're doing, whether it's an interview, whether it's an event, whether it's selling t-shirts, whether it's radio, whether it's vlog content, whether it's slurping drinks, whether it's whatever it is.
Apologies, listeners.
I think it's radio, bro.
Radio.
Yeah.
Radio. Yeah.
Radio is a big point, but I think the overarching theme here, and you could ask, I don't know if you're going to ask about what is ZENG actually, what it means, but this kind of ties into the meaning behind ZENG, and the meaning behind ZENG is resonance. And like, if you were to think of like resonance, like whether you resonate with something like on an energetic level or musical resonance, that basically is the premise behind ZENG. And we want to, and we are building resonance amongst kind of, between music, community and culture. Because there's a lot of platforms out there that rep the music side and, you know, like put on great events, but they're just promoters or they're just event nights. But then there's also people that do community stuff but aren't really tapped in with the music side. And we're like, we want to rep music, community and culture and create a relevance and a resonance between these three things. And that doesn't mean like, oh yeah, like every single type of genre of music, but the music that we can really resonate with, and that's predominantly like global club music, that's UK underground music, that's, you know, house music, you know, UK funk, like it really goes on. Baila funk. And that's constantly growing because our music tastes are constantly growing and we listen to people what they want. Do you get what I'm saying? So like, for example, Chandra is growing, and you could talk about this, but growing the house element of ZENG.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to tell them a bit more about
So
what you're doing there.
This is something that's actually relatively new, actually. So we're announcing it soon, so I could probably say it. And this podcast will probably come after we announced it. But so we're now channeling ZENG into different branches of music, right? So we obviously cover a wide spectrum, but we're pushing into the house industry now. And we're kickstarting with a residency on Bloop Radio. It's like one of the biggest house stations in Europe. They actually broadcast worldwide. But the residency kickstarts in like 2 weeks. So we're going to start pushing on that front. We've already started networking with artists, big artists to collab with, do back-to-backs with. And we're going to start curating lineups in that, house is such a broad, you can have deep house, minimal, tech, Afro. It covers so many different subgenres, but we're going to start to push on that front. I've just been to like Dubai. I just came back from Thailand. I've been traveling quite a bit, and house is universal, man. Like, you go to any corner of the world and they play house music, and I've been playing shows overseas, and we're just planting seeds in different like locations. And I think house is going to be. It's going to be big. The collab with like house music and what we're pushing as ZENG. Because there's going to be a lot we're going to be able to do in the UK, but also worldwide, because there's a demand for it. And house, like I said, house is everywhere, man.
I've always said it's like, a focal point on, underground music, but with a global reach as well. Yeah. And like, we've been asked to bring our sound to places like Dubai and
man.
Even, recently I went out to New York and I did 3 radio shows out in New York, and that was just wow, I'm able, thank God Almighty, I'm able to bring my sound to the Big Apple in New York. Are you mad?
Yeah.
Like, I'm running DEE in New York. Obviously I don't just play grime, but like, I'm running all these tunes. This is London-centric sound in New York, which is crazy. And I feel like Chan just done that. That's going to be a focus for all of us. Even Caspar, having just launched his DJ career as well. So
Just spun the ones and twos.
There's going to be a few ZENG trips.
he might overtake us all, man. I'm telling
Hey, you
you.
never know, man. Dark horse.
Levels, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Michaji?
Use the sync button a bit too much.
Do you know what?
Hey, we don't like that.
That's why I'm only doing house.
Boys don't sync, yeah?
Boys don't sing.
Watch out, girls.
Yeah. We're coming for you.
Watch out, GDS.
BDS.
That's actually hilarious.
BDS.
But you,
I'm trying to keep my question. Yes, right. So this is one thing that I think, obviously running Shapin Grime, obviously I'm grime centric, right?
Yeah.
Not music taste with that platform, right? Do you guys feel like you have a responsibility, or are you just running what you like? Is it a responsibility to platform all different types of music, or is it just you do what you like and people will enjoy it as a benefit and as a result of what you're doing? Or do you feel like, okay, I have to run, when you're running an event, okay, we have to make sure that there's X amount of genres from X amount of different artists on there? Like,
I don't know.
what do you think?
You guys can jump in, yeah?
I think both. I think both.
Yeah.
There has to,
I
like,
think it's a balance.
when you're some of these genres, they like, if we're talking about UK funky, this goes way back. There has to be an element of care when you're running events, innit? You have to stay true to what the genre is, and you can't sway too much. But at the same time, we do what we want because we know what we do as selectors, and we know what we're bringing, and also to pave the way for like new musicians and new people in the industry. You have to do stuff that's innovative, right?
Yeah.
And you have to do stuff that people are not doing, which is where we just do what we want, and basically that paves the way for us and creatives around us. But then also at the same time, some of the music that we're spinning and we're running, and some of the selectors that we're getting involved, artists that we're getting on the lineups, they're throwbacks, And we got to stay true to the roots as well at the same time.
yeah, in terms of responsibility, definitely think it depends on the relationships we've built. So let's say the relationships we've built through yourself, through Wingy, through Cruise, through house music, what Vish and Co are doing now, and the relationship they're building. If they're showing so much love, I think it's only right to show it back and be respectful, and responsibility to champion what they're fronting with and what they're potting on as well. So we definitely feel a responsibility as ZENG to champion people when they show us so much, and we should show it back. So but then in terms of Channel ZENG, I'd say Channel ZENG was our example to champion all the genres that we fuck with, that we love, that we've been blasting for a couple decades, or that we've been blasting for a couple weeks or a couple months,
Yeah.
And it really was, that under the microscope, everything we love about the London, UK underground scene, Oh, don't get me wrong, there's going to be so many club bangers and mainstream songs that are played that night, but then there was a lot of stuff people hadn't heard, such as
That's
Euro
what
305.
I like about events, innit?
Yeah.
I'm the type of person, bruv, I like grime music. Yeah, and I work with grime music that isn't mainstream. Like, I love hearing stuff that I haven't heard, which is why as a fan, not even if I just didn't know you guys, like, the type of stuff that you're playing is stuff that, I think I said this to you at the event, like, it's the type of stuff that I like when I go out, but it's the type of stuff that I'm not totally clued up on. And the type of work that I do, I need to be clued up on the music side of things and what people are doing. And it's such a good place to get a basic understanding of there's all these different genres in the UK that all these different people like, and I can become a fan of a couple of artists here that I didn't even listen to. Like, I'll be honest, like most of your lineup, like that they're obviously they're big artists, but I wasn't aware of them. But then you see them
That's
at the
the
event.
beauty.
You see them at the event, and you're like, yeah, these guys.
A lot of the younger generation, we're speaking to people and who we're working with at Lean Ups, they didn't really know Crazy Cousins' music.
Oh my God,
They
I
knew
got
his
started
name,
getting angry.
and they had no
that's
idea
not
what
me,
he
but-
played.
Yeah.
So for us, as
Just to
like,
clarify, guys.
which is insane level.
Yeah.
And you know what? And what Al Curran's probably going to talk about, like the producing side of himself as well. They don't really know what UK funky is, you know?
Yeah, it's
and they
mad.
come into the party and they're hearing this sound, and it's a sound from 20 years ago, maybe their parents listened to, and it's a mix of sounds they probably listen to now. But it's just special. And I think that's very much, the fashion and trends and
Everything
always
comes
come in a
back round,
cycle.
doesn't it?
Everything comes back
Everything's
round.
come back round.
So it's definitely got shown at Channel Zeng.
I was also you said a good point about you like listening to that sort of stuff, but you're not necessarily clued up on it, and I feel like that's what we're good at. Like we're good at taking that responsibility or taking that role and introducing you to the current leaders of the new sound, whether that's London, whether it's house, whether that's so like we're almost like, I'd like to say that we're aiming to become or building towards being like the leaders at the forefront of the music scene in terms of the underground sound. So like we're at the forefront of the emerging sound. Like for example, that's why we say we like to put emerging artists on. Like we are emerging artists, like whether, for example, sometimes you don't even know if you're emerging or not. Like I just, shout out Cruz, I just did his show with him at O2 Academy, Islington. Like constantly you're always asking, what is emerging? I'm just doing my thing. Do you get what I'm saying? But we, like European 305, in our eyes, these men are serious producers. Do you get what I'm saying? But like,
To everyone else.
like they, like, I always believe like people like Euro should be way, way bigger than what they are. But also the fact is, like, God is good. Like everyone's time is coming. Do you get what I'm saying? If you are consistent and you put in the time and the work, like everyone's time is coming. And they are people like Euro or Clara or whoever it is. They are at the forefront of the new wave. We are pushing the new wave of artists, and that's what we want to do. We want to platform these people. We don't just platform them because, we're going to get loads of people in a dance and no, like there are so many people that are hella clouty that we could shout and, do you want to jump on a lineup, and we could sell out. But no, we don't want to do that. We want to push people who actually are seen to be working and they got their sound and they're mashing work.
Sorry to interject, but that's also a big conversation that we do have when we're planning lineups.
Mad.
That's a big
Massive.
conversation that we have.
Yeah.
We don't want to chase clout in it. It's always talent, and that's always at the forefront of, when we're deciding on lineups.
Yeah.
Also as well, we very much know exactly who we're booking and who we want to put together for a lineup and event. And we study, we make sure these guys are top tier at what they do. But you speak to any one of our mates, they have no idea who they are. They're like, you have to give them a bit of a spiel about them and send them a link to their apartment life. And they've done this, or they're,
Jules.
for us, it's impressive. And even if they've got 30,000 views on YouTube from any one of their sets, is very impressive for us because we're in the scene and that's what we're dreaming to get towards. But for the general consumer who listens to Spotify every day and listen to a Boiler Room or a Rooftop set on any channel, that's not that impressive. But we know there's a massive sort of separation at the moment in the industry to numbers and talent, So
Also numbers, talent, and even the exposure side of things. I feel like I see people that, maybe their numbers are not, the best level, but if you see them outside at a rave or a show or on radio or whatever it is, it's very easy for them to get the crowd going and get them going exactly how they want, and they have the talent, and people know who they are anyway. I feel like especially the way I see things is we're in a world that is so numbers centric in a minute,
Yeah.
and it does my head in.
It's social media that's done that.
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah.
I've kind of picked the wrong fucking thing to work with, bruv, because I hate social media so much.
It's
but
long.
like,
It's long. Yeah.
you kind of have
Half the
to,
job these days.
yeah, you kind of have to, no pun intended, shape it into what you want. And I feel like that's what I'm trying to do.
Pun intended.
No pun intended. Bruv, there's a whole pun-
Shameless plug.
Shh, shut your mouth. But listen, they're like, I feel like there's
He's getting to too many JME shows. Shut your mouth.
hot your mouth. I was gonna get to the point. I've lost it anyway. But like, there was with numbers and in terms of talent and in terms of people knowing an artist. I think they're three different things. I think there's people who get loads of numbers, blow up on TikTok,
Yeah.
all these things, but they go to a show and it's dead.
Yeah.
But you could have someone who doesn't have the most followers, but everyone knows who they are,
Yeah.
and they're sick.
Yeah.
It's just about, I think, building a fan base.
It's
which I
organic-
feel like
organic
you
followers.
guys have done very well, and you guys have kind of set a blueprint, if I may say, of how to like build a decent fan. Like you're
Not
like,
ready for that one, but thank you, bro.
Blueprints
No,
coming
but-
2025.
No, but that's what I mean. But like, no, but in terms of setting a foundation, I feel like what you guys have done in your first year, yeah, has set the foundation of building a core fan base, and now you can go on. This isn't from an outside
That's
perspective.
true. No. It's
Now you
true.
can go
what
on.
you're saying is true.
And like that's a very good blueprint as to how to build a foundation and how to put in the right amount of work.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'll be real, with me, yeah, I don't even know how many people like are aware of the fact that I've been working in grime for 4 years. Like, and I don't think I'm anywhere near where I need to be right now. Like, I know I'm only 21, 22 next week, but like,
Hey, big
Mad.
up.
I've done,
Jack, big up, man.
2-1, you know.
I've done,
That is levels.
but
Come on.
Hey.
I'm like,
What we do for your birthday?
No, it's 20. You're 22 next week, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, 22.
Yeah,
22, 22.
we're at that mode event next week. My birthday.
Vegas.
Fuck that.
Right.
on
Hold tight, Logan.
gotta weed up. Shoot back up.
I hold tight, Logan, man. That's one of my favorite sets this year, you know.
Hey, that was the weed up of
we
the
need to
year,
read it
though.
up.
That was
Wheel up
five.
of the year.
Wheel up of the year.
Mad does. You know, like, you know the point you said about, we'll go back to your point, but just before I forget, about the blueprint, yeah?
Yeah.
What we take pride in doing is not just being like on a platform that other people can't reach. Like, if you reach out to me and you send me a DM or you send anyone a DM and or like you want to work with ZENG or whatever, like we're not some like unreachable, untouchable people. Like we are literally here to talk to you and work with you. And whether you're I don't even like saying a fan, but a supporter. If you're a supporter of what we do, if you're like someone who like pays a ticket to come to one of our events, like let's connect. And there's so much more we can work on
100%.
because it's like this is a community. This is not just oh yeah, I'm an artist and I'm a promoter and rear tear. It's none of that. Like we've actually started to become good friends with a lot of the people who pay to come to see our events.
Yeah.
And this is the beautiful thing. We're not into that clouty bullshit. That's one thing that we hate. We want to put people on.
Yeah, I feel like you guys have a similar thing to me, where it's like it's called Shapin Grime, not only because it was a pun on Jack Squared, but it was called Shapin Grime because I'm trying to shape the scene from the bottom, from the underground, like from people that, you know, I didn't know who they are initially, but they show me who they are, and I'm like, cool, you can work with me. If you're good, it will show that you're good. If you're shit, then you know what I mean.
Yeah, maybe come back, you know, work on your craft and come back in a
come
bit.
back, there's no. I'm not gatekeeping anyone. Like there's so many things. Like, bro, I've been across the country doing grime stuff. Do you know
That is
what I mean?
it. We don't
Like-
gatekeep.
Yeah, exactly. None of us are gatekeeping because what's
Nah,
the point?
100%.
Do you know what? You know what it is? When you gatekeep, you limit yourself going forward.
Yeah.
If you harness that energy and you gatekeep and you're always like, oh, I don't want my man to succeed or rare tear, like you're blocking your own blessings. Like believe that you are in abundance, and that's what we all do. I don't mind paying for things. I don't mind giving out because I know that, you know, the universe, God, or whoever it is going to give it back to me. Like opportunities come in abundance. So that is actually the true key to success is give.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I didn't even realise that I was chatting to Big Up Outlaw every time, right? I was with him earlier.
Big up Outlaw, man.
At,
Beefing Foxy, yeah, I see you, bro.
No way.
I saw him at
Nah, just on the love thing.
Jokes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
the
Yeah,
mo-
that-
the
that was at,
mode, mode wars, isn't it?
that was at RYZ's treehouse thing, innit? Which I didn't. Bro,
That looked cold, man.
I was
Shout
meant to
out
go.
RYZ.
I was meant to go. I woke up at 6 p.m.
That was the day after. That was the day
your
after
thing.
Channel Zeng.
Bro, I got home at 9 a.m.
You tell the people them. That
9
was
a.m.
mad.
I got in at 9 a.m. Yeah, big up Scar, because me and him fucking had a fucking just on the bus back from fucking Bow, bro. It's long.
That's traumatic.
From Bo.
We got the bus all the way back because we were gonna get off.
What
and get on the
buses
train.
even
On
that?
a Sunday, what's that open deck top
the hell
for the
is in
tourist
there?
section? Did you see all the sights?
Bro, we were fucking asleep on the bus, bro. Fuck that, bro. It's long.
Brother, you know, like you man do have like the Lizzie line.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't running.
It's not, bro. You know nothing about the Lizzie line.
Yeah,
bro.
you.
Shut up, bro. I used to
I
used to
line.
jump on the Lizzie line back when it was fucking Liverpool Street to Shenfield.
Yeah, so I used to do the same. For Nathan Arnold.
Yeah, and it never fucking works.
Yeah,
was-
that's a different
Was it not on
conversation, bro. Because that's
Huh?
I could
Not on
rant
Sundays
about
at the moment,
for
is it?
years.
That was 2012 times.
Oh, that's-
2011. Look at us warring
I
about
get
the
vexed,
Lizzie
bro.
line.
But
Relax.
anyway,
So get us beefing over the Lizzie line.
TFL.
It's because I have to trek from west to east every
I had to
time.
get to
bro.
fucking
Well, maybe you should
Reading.
move to East
Hey,
End, bro.
I lived in East for 2 years, bro.
Yeah, well, maybe you should buy a house here.
Come back.
Yeah,
Hey, we got-
Move in with
hey,
Cass.
Listen, once we get the Zeng yard there,
Nah, I'm not living with you.
yeah. Are you done, bro?
Zeng yard.
Go
You're
fund
all
me
us
starting
trying to
tomorrow.
motivate.
It's coming out of Sideman House.
Only Wans. Start an Only Wans.
Go fund me first, then only wins.
Anyway, what I was saying about yeah, let's come back to an actual productive conversation. Yeah. Nah,
Sorry,
but
the ADHD just crept out.
Yeah, trust.
it's all right, man. I hear it. But anyway, he was saying that I've kind of laid a blue. I didn't even realize this. I've laid a blueprint in terms of my ready set shapes, the sets that I do. I'm platforming artists by doing that.
Yeah.
Just because most of them are like, okay, I've got one artist on, I've got two artists on, and I think I've done about 18 sets this year
Mad.
in terms of on
That's
my own
big.
channel,
Yeah.
or where I've gone to Birmingham to do one on Sigil Radio, or we've been on Mode with you,
Yeah.
and I've obviously been on Voices, been on Subtle. Like, I didn't even realize that I'm actually like kind of laying that blueprint. And to come back to my original question about 15 minutes ago about responsibility, I also kind of feel like there's a balance in terms of responsibility, because where I'm working, obviously my platform is for up and coming artists and for people that I want to work with that I think are cool. I feel like I have a responsibility once I find out that that artist is A, sick and cold, and B, easy to work with. What are you doing?
Cheers, mate.
But like, this is the one thing I was thinking about responsibility was like, I feel like it comes hand in hand with once you realise that someone's easy to work with and someone's good to work with. Because I don't feel like I have a responsibility to work with people that like will ignore my messages about interviews or ignore me trying to work with them on like something like this
Yeah.
or any other thing. But I feel like a responsibility comes when you realise that, yeah, that person's good to work with. Like, have you experienced that kind of thing as well that I have, or is it just
Yeah, I think obviously like Zeng Sounds, we're like an established radio show now on Mode London, Subtle, and Bloop. Big up Bloop. That might also change and grow in 2025.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, we do really respect our radio partners. For me, it's more like I work multiple times with certain artists because I really, really fuck with them. Like, bro, like, example would be Cruz Leone. Bro, like, Cruz Leone is probably my favourite MC in the Grime scene.
shout out for the Mobo nomination as well?
Right now, fuck you, shout out Cruz Leone.
Oh,
man,
yeah,
honestly.
big up, man.
Yeah.
Just seen that, mad.
Bro, like, Cruz Leone, for example,
Man deserved that 2 years ago,
Bro,
but
like,
you got it now.
all the man them, respectfully, can always rock up to my set, and preferably I'd always like to invite you first. But like, if you're local, then come through to my set.
course.
But obviously, unless it's a special set and it's only for 1 or 2 or 3 people. But the truth is, like, I don't feel the responsibility always to like always create a platform for them. I think it's more so as a radio DJ, I want to give everyone a chance. Like, as many people are coming through the scene, and I will strategically try to help people. Like, for example, there's been 15-year-olds on my set, 16-year-olds who are just new, and they've asked me to come on my set, and I'll be like, all right, cool. They're probably, you know, not at the levels of which are maybe like a N3 or a Cruise or
We've got
whoever
N3,
is on.
bruv. N3's
N3, but like,
N3's shelled.
yeah, man, everyone deserves a chance, but it's like not repetitively all the time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's like everyone needs to have a time to shine, and that is a big part of ZENG Sounds. We're there to platform upcoming, emerging artistry, and obviously, if we constantly, you know, showcase the same person over and over again, it creates less time for, you know, other emerging artists and stuff. And so, yeah, I'd say there is a responsibility. It's more of a moral responsibility. You don't
Exactly, it's just out the goodness of you, and also a bit of, you know, that Robin Hood effect of, you know, looking after everyone and making sure they, like you say, they get their time to shine, and rather than I'll bring on a medium-sized artist every week, and that will do numbers. People were listening, whereas you could have had that 20-man studio and
like Jeddah
someone
does
could have
that
that
well.
5 minutes.
Like Jeddah, like shout out Jeddah. I was talking to him today, man. Like, big love to Jeddah, but like I see Jeddah on Subtle, and he's like constantly bringing up the new wave of grime artists, and you know, like there's so many people that are doing it, you know. But like, it is a moral responsibility.
When I go to radio as well, just as, you know, I'm not playing, I'm there as a listener really in the studio, but it's such a different energy to a gig. It's completely unique. People don't realise how different energy is. I think radio is as an energy in itself to carry 2 hours, and especially on a grime show, it's another level to make sure MCs are ready, and you know you've put them in, they're coming in, and I guess you as well staging your show as well. You know, building that 2 hours and turns into 4 hours sometimes as well. Right?
It does,
It's a
man.
madness. So
grime never runs on a schedule, never runs on time.
No, man.
Grime is just grime.
That's something that, you know, a word to artists and, you know, fellow DJs, whoever you are, everyone should try to work on that, because if you want to be taken seriously as a professional artist, you know, coming from people who run a brand and like events, business, whatever, like this is something that we look for. Like, so we're not necessarily going to want to probably book someone who turns up an hour or 2 hours late, or tells us that we're not not going to roll through. Don't get me wrong.
Time is scarce, isn't it?
Time is scarce, isn't it? And
it's annoying.
the more you grow, you know, again, your price increased. Like, truthfully being honest, like, let's say you're doing big boy shit now, like, your time is scarce, and you can't always save that kind of, don't worry about it. Like, people need to respect people's time. But that's not a dig at anyone. That's just an observation of,
That's
like,
just a life lesson.
just a life lesson,
Even
observation.
outside of
Like,
work, respect people's time.
yeah, you want to be on like a, you know, it's a spiral show or whatever. You got to turn up on time, kind of thing. So it's, you know,
Jokes.
yeah.
But yeah.
What else do I have?
Now we've definitely built ourselves to be in a position to platform up and coming artists and talent, and that's like something that took a while, wasn't it?
This is one thing that I'm interested in. Are you guys a crew or a platform or both?
A what?
A crew or a platform or both? Like what? where? How do you? Because this is something that
BBK.
No, because I was chatting to.
I think we're more of a platform.
Yeah,
We're
I
more
was
of a
chatting
platform.
to Outlaw
ZENG
and
Sounds is
Scar about this.
ZENG
the
Sounds
scheme.
is the crew.
Yeah.
I'd say that's like us. Our radio show is the crew. It's like us as artists.
Yeah.
The platform is ZENG.
Yeah.
It's funny you asked that, because a lot of people, and this is one of the good reasons that we're actually doing this podcast to lay it out there for people to understand, because we're doing so much that sometimes people get confused as to what we are. Essentially, we are a platform. Under that platform, we artist ourselves as ZENG Sounds, as well as other artists through radio shows, through events. But essentially, we are a platform. ZENG is a music platform, and then under that is ZENG Sounds, which is, we predominantly have like space on radio, and then the events. But if we were a crew, it would be ZENG Sounds.
Yeah.
It's a good question because I think it started out as a crew of DJs, really, didn't it?
Yeah.
What you guys were doing before and like what you were now.
Pirate
and,
Studios,
and,
bro.
you know,
Yeah, we
Pirate
used to-
Studios,
we
and
used
it
to
would
mash
be
up Pirate.
yeah, a crew of us, crew
I
of
don't
them.
want to say big up Pirate because
Nah, we've now all moved past Pirate.
yeah,
Please,
yeah. Please trust
please,
me.
no more reliance on Pirate Studios. Thank you very much.
Trust me.
Yeah, I mean, like, I have to give my respect to Pirate because they, you know, they provided a space at the time in which we were like on,
They did, yeah.
on the come up, and we were like, oh, you know, we want to go mix every day and rare, and that, you know, luckily that forged kind of musical.
It made it real without being playing live, performing live at a show. Like we just used to have our mates turn up, and it
Yeah.
felt like we were performing. You know,
Yeah.
that was our first ever like feeling of.
Yeah.
All right, we're actually not just bedroom DJs. We're like in a space.
You know, that journey from bedroom DJ to outside DJ is
Honestly.
a maddest experience
Honestly,
ever.
all of a sudden, there's
Yeah.
people there listening to
They're
you
second
mix.
guessing. And you just-
Mate,
Because the camera's
honestly.
on, like we're streaming or what, our phones, there's pressure all of a sudden, and you're not just fucking around in your bedroom
Yeah.
DJ, and you're like there with people listening to you mixing.
Reality hits.
That's what Pirate did for us. But
Yeah.
Now we have decks at, well, I even sold my decks at home. I just rock up to a Shubs and I just shut it down. I don't even have decks at home. Do you get what I'm saying?
The only issue with Pirate is their equipment is lacking.
listen, man, let's not even
Everything's
go there, bro.
Because
Because
Kara's mashed up buttons on there.
It's your fault.
I've done
guy's an
a
aggressive DJ.
done a madness. I'm aggressive, literally.
Few Q buttons,
Key buttons.
a few sliders,
Trust
few
me.
effects.
I always wonder who fucks up the decks until I saw this guy mix. Now I understand.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah,
beefing
yeah.
the decks with a
You should
crossfader and
see it out
everything.
of mode. Like when Mo, I was at Mode of David and Mizuki in it, and the whole fucking table's shaking.
Bro, fucking,
Yeah.
I thought I was bad, but Zuki,
yeah.
Bro,
Really?
Zuki, you're a madman. Like, I was so lapsed and tired. Like, I had the busiest, we were planning Channel ZENG, and then I was like, Zuki, you're gonna come with mad energy, bro. Zuki mashed up the whole fucking thing. Like, honestly, one of the baddest grime DJs out there
Yeah,
right
that's
now. So
awesome.
if you don't know
Yeah.
Zuki,
Get to know.
And don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, I will go on shows and I will do my thing, but then like every time I go on a back-to-back, people show me things and teach me things. But Zuki, genuinely, like, I was looking at him in awe in terms of what he was doing. And, like, I was just like,
Open it up,
I was fanning, bruv. I was like, bruv, you're sick.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, he obviously thinks I'm sick. I think he's sick. But it's like, that's such a good place to be in. And it's not even like a competition thing like that. It's more like,
It's appreciation, isn't
bruv,
it?
Mutual
even Jack
respect.
that. Bruv, I got like, I've been listening to Jack that from like 2014 times. And then I got, you know, Jack that came on my show, bruv. It's mad. Just love.
Yeah.
But Zuki mashes up the decks more than I do on the aggression side.
We've just-
I was trying to think. Let's quickly draw it back into grime because obviously, Shapin Grime. This is where we are.
Yeah.
What I found interesting was at Channel ZENG, it all came back to the end. Man had a little grime set.
Fucking hell, man.
Like, where do you think that grime fits in to ZENG and fits into the cultural space
Alright,
as a whole?
can I say this?
Yes.
If you to look at any of our events that we run, it's an immersive musical experience. You're going to get all genres there. But if you were to look at what grime is, in essence, it's immersive. It's a musical experience.
Yes.
So sometimes you will always go back to your roots. Like, for example, I like spinning Afro house, soulful house, amapiano, gom. Yeah, cool. But like, true say, I'm always going to really bring it back to what my roots are. And my roots are garage, grime, UK funky, predominantly grime. Because grime is like what I've grown up on listening to. Do you get what I'm saying? That was our sound back in the day, you know? Like nutty violins on the Bluetooth, on the Nokias. Like that is what Ghetto Coyote kind of penguin rhythm. Like that's what we, Pingu rhythm and shit like that. So like even from them times, like back then, it always came back to grime. And why not celebrate it? It's such a core part of the London music scene and a core part of what we do. You know, we have massive links in the grime scene. Why not? You know, that we, you know, for example, that's how relevant grime is. We put on a global kind of like UK-centric club night, however you want to call it, and it ended up being a grime cypher for like 10, 15, 20 minutes at the end. And the amount of people that jumped on who are sick at being grime MCs. It doesn't, like, how does this even make sense? It just shows you that grime is a lot bigger than...
Your guest list is why it makes sense.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. This MC, that MC, this MC, that MC. Now, a lot of people actually bought tickets, so big up.
Yeah,
but the truth is, that is a core part of the London sound, and we're representative of that. And we love grime. Like, everyone loves grime in this room.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Grime's a big part of... There's no energy like grime.
I think there's always talks as
Especially
well,
in
like
person.
before we done this, that was going to be our next event, and we just had to lock it in. And this has come up and turned into what it was. And Karen's got one just before Christmas, but I think it's always on the cards that we will just solely put on a grime event, and we think it will be kind of easy. It will just
ZENG
be
and Shapin Grime
you know,
2025. Let's go. Oh,
The
my phone died.
slammed.
the network is there. We got the DJ
Yeah.
there. We've got
Any gully venue wants to put us on, shout us, because
this
it
is
is
gonna be a shutdown.
ready to go. You don't need to worry about any logistics. We've got it.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming for even our YouTube channel. There's a lot of cross genre, inter-genre stuff that we're working on. There's also the ZENG podcast is also brewing.
Got a ZENG vlog. I need to edit that 3 hours of footage.
We got ZENG vlogs
man.
as well. That's
No, it's gonna be a ZENG movie.
When did your phone die at the event? Because that was recording for about 4 or 5 hours straight.
No, it didn't. I got the whole 5 hour
You
recording.
got
on the
everything,
phone.
yeah. Because I looked at it, I was like, oh, it's this. They're like,
Nah, it recorded
at a part-
every set.
Okay.
Bro, I was shocked myself.
Yeah, because I looked at it, I was like, oh, it was right at the end, it died. Because I was watching, I was like, oh my god, his phone's still
No,
on.
it recorded.
How is this phone
5.
still on?
I've got the
Mental.
5 hour footage of Channel
Yeah.
ZENG on the 16, and then I've got 3 hours of content on the GoPro.
Yeah.
Which, trust me, like it'll probably land after this podcast. I don't know when this will go out, but like
About Christmas time.
that content is gold.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna be able to relive it through the vlog.
But that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Get you ready for next year.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So like a question probably for you then, because obviously you're hosting us, but like, what do you want to do in 2025?
I feel like to build on this year, it's been very hectic. Like, my issue was consistency for a long time. Mainly because I was at uni and it was messing with my head and I wasn't in a great space at that time. Like, loads of things happened in terms of mental health, but I think this year I've really done what I want. I even started doing DJ. I know I started like doing the Shapin Grime sets at the end of 2023, but they've really kicked on this year. Like, bro, I had manga on my third set.
Mad.
Like,
You got manga.
They got manga every time, bro. It's legendary. Like, we went to Manchester. You know, brother, I was doing DJ sets in Brussels with
crazy.
Valcarado, fucking Italian MC, bro. Big him up, Nero Records. Like, with big
Full
voices.
Vision.
Yeah, exactly. Full
Big up
Vision.
Breezy.
Breezy.
AJD.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know what I mean? I've done
Fucking hell, man.
so many different things. Where I want to move into is just more consistency, more up it, like get back fully on, like doing the writing content is hard.
Yeah.
Because the way I do my writing content takes a lot of time out. But in terms of that, I want to up more of that. I want to up more sets, more radio, more podcasts, more interviews. Just people seeing more grime.
So
I feel like it's the right time.
So do you think it's time to expand?
Of course.
Yeah.
But it's just getting a team together who have the same vision. Obviously, I have Millsy, who's there whenever I need him, innit?
Yeah.
Like,
How do you see yourself leveling up? How do you see yourself? Yeah, you said you got 2,000 views on the YouTube earlier.
yeah.
How are you getting those 50k views? How are you getting something going viral?
I think
Shapin' Grime.
it's more, again, it's just putting out more and seeing what sticks. I think that's the biggest thing I've done this year to get my page going, because I was on about 60k views at one point on Instagram.
Big
So
up.
obviously,
That's sick.
might not be a lot to some people.
No,
but
that's
I've
it
got
is.
about 600 followers.
I mean, we're on like 3 million, but
But,
I'm
yeah,
joking, we're not.
but that's what I mean,
All
like,
paid.
for someone who, again, like I say, I feel like I should be further from where I am, but you know, I've definitely laid this. Like, if I look back on this year, it's definitely been good. Obviously, I'm not going to say it's amazing.
Amen. Come on, bro. It's been amazing.
But I
Bro, you need
always
to give
want
yourself
to
some
do
more
more.
credit, man. Because
I give myself credit.
What you're doing is sick, bro. Like you're
Thank
honestly,
you.
you're on the right
Yeah.
path, and trust me, it's all organic, and you're heading in the right direction.
I think I've
It's
laid blueprint now of
Yeah.
getting on radio, getting membership at
Yeah.
Cube, getting
Yeah.
people to work with,
Yeah.
people I can rely on, and all these different
Yeah,
things. Because
man.
you can't do it all by yourself.
100%.
And I do everything by myself.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't always do that.
The Zeng family's always here as well, bro. Like,
Yeah, my
remember
brother.
that. We're elevating together.
I've said you lot are the easiest people to work with.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I'm not even saying that because you're here, but the fact that you are here as the first people that have done
Hey, love,
podcasts
man.
with me.
Big up yourself.
Do you know what I mean?
the
Like,
guys.
I've always got time for you guys. You've always got time for me. Like, I really appreciate it, honestly.
And like, there's probably one thing I want to say is like, you know, our network expands quite greatly. You know, like we know a lot of people, and that's not me just gassing it.
Bro, big up Landy and Theo that came all the way from
We had people that flew from Dubai, Abu Dhabi, like our good partners.
Yeah.
You know, Chandra's good friends, and obviously like Theo, like obviously getting to know Theo a bit more, and Landy.
Theo's basically outside of DJing and Zeng, I'm a barber as well, right?
Yeah.
So we
he's cut my hair.
Yeah, so he's my agent. He's my brethren. He's my boy, but he's my agent as well. So he's the plug to Afro Nation. Like, that's how I've trimmed Smade. I've trimmed the owner of Afro Nation. I've trimmed like artists at the festival. I work a lot with Afro Nation. But yeah, man, like, he was there showing love. He's like an official partner of saying we're elevating together, man. But there's a lot of people that like we work with that are just fully supporting that are in industries alike. But yeah, man, like I say, you got our full support, man. Like, we're
Thank
here,
you.
innit?
Yeah.
I'd say for anyone who doesn't know who Jack is or Shapin Grime, like I'd say that Shapin Grime is a very authentic platform for the love of grime music, and is always there to platform not only, you know, the bigger grime artists and MCs, but also kind of helping or assisting emerging MCs along their journey. People like Outlaw, people like Scar, people like, you know, whoever they may be.
They're day ones. And
You know, day ones. And you know, like you have to consistently provide people with, you know, like a multitude of platforms to actually get to where they want to be. You know, how many times did Big Zoo and AJ Tracy and Capo Lee and all these guys, and Jack Dat, how many times did they go Radar Radio before they actually blew? And now Big Zoo's got an album with Capo Lee and like...
he's
and
the
they're out in
official
Brazil.
partner of UFC Water, bro.
Exactly.
No, man,
So big up Drip as well.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's soon to land, bro. 100%.
Yeah, but I think another thing is you're gonna see from Zeng, not to speak too soon, obviously, but it's like a lot more brand affiliation side, the stuff like that's been building a lot, and there's also a load of brands that we just generally want to work with because we fuck with them.
Yeah, man.
Whether they're like alcohol brands or water brands or I don't know, you know, food brands. You know, shout out Puff Puff Man.
Shout
Shout out Puff Puff Man. Shout out Puff Puff Man. But like,
Zeng Puff Puff coming.
Also, people to work with next year.
yeah.
Like if you're interested in getting involved in Zeng, like shout us, innit? Don't
And
be
Shapin
afraid.
Grime, if you're a grime artist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shapin Grime.
And if
Zeng.
you want to get into grime, because I'm doing a set with someone in January who's just starting mixing grime again,
Yeah.
and he's on my Voices radio set.
Man.
Like all it took was a DM,
Hmm.
and you're
There
on.
you go.
Like if I can see that you've got talent, you're on.
You know what?
It's not-
This is a message to the people out there. Yeah.
We do have to close this off. So this is
Yeah.
the final message.
The amount of people that I know that want to do something but they're too nervous, or they're worried about what
Yeah.
the perception,
Me a year ago.
how they're going to be perceived. Or,
Massively.
Like,
All
I've
of
had to
us-
motivate
all of
so
us
many
at the
people
start.
to just take that leap. So honestly, if you want something in life, yeah, this is cliche and that, just start working towards what you love, and then shout the people that are doing what you're doing. So like, you know what I mean? Shout us, shout Shapin Grime, and there's opportunities there, innit? But just start getting the ball rolling, innit?
Can I just like finish on one thing that really meant a lot to me? Was Cass touched on this, like he was really nervous like a year ago, and we had to all collectively work on that. But like at one point, like I've had a couple of things that have happened to me in life in the recent couple of years that really just showed me like life is very short, and you know your loved ones are not always there around you, right? So it's like your life can go at any given point. So if you want to again, just echoing what you said, if you want to achieve something, live your life to the best capacity and best that you can, and then don't be afraid to show your talent to the world.
100%.
Don't be afraid to show your talent to the world. We all have a talent.
As creatives, I get it. Like, it's quite daunting putting your work out there, but trust me, like, I feel like we can now say this is like proof in the pudding, innit, of really putting yourself out there,
100%.
make yourself vulnerable. And
Vulnerability is key.
Yeah, and we all go through stuff,
Yeah.
man. We all go through stuff, but you just got to keep pushing, innit.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, big up, man.
Right.
Thanks for
Jack.
having us.
Yes.
Thank you, Jack.
You're a bad man.
Yeah,
Love
love
it.
You're a
bro.
bad man, innit? All of you, yeah? The Shapin Grime podcast, episode 1. I haven't got a proper name for it yet, but it will be there. Big up ZENG Sounds and ZENG London on Instagram. Is there underscore in there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Zeng London _.
There you
Someone
go.
took at Zeng. I don't know whoever you are. I will find you and
Yeah.
I will probably
Taking phone
DM you.
calls
London,
coming.
man.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
respectfully change
Check your
your app.
request.
Yeah. Right, but yes. That is it.
The teas are available, by the way.
Yeah.
Get a ZENG tee.
Copper tea while
I'm
they're
not
at
wearing it because I already wore it on Saturday.
DM us.
Yeah,
do that.
they're going up on the website in the next like 48 hours or whatever. But yeah,
Nice.
yeah, big vibes, man.
Right. ZENG!